Igbo Area TV on the Igbo.
Hello, I am Azoka Ozo OJ. You're welcome. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click on the bell icon to get our updates the moment they drop. I will not tolerate any more protest in Imo. That is according to Uzodinma. The governor is being careful. Let's see the news. Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State has warned that his administration will deal with individuals and groups of persons who are sponsoring or inciting protest in the state. He said he will no longer tolerate any more protests designed to destabilize government activities and tamper with the peace of the state. Uzodinma's threat followed a series of protests that greeted the removal of Emeka Ihedioha as the governor of the state by the Supreme Court. Actually, the governor was speaking when the National Union of Road Transport Workers and Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities held a solidarity rally for him at the government house in Owerri. The governor said that he has tolerated enough destabilization from some disgruntled element in the state. He warned that he will no longer fold his arm and watch any group under any guise trample upon the peace of the state. He said, "My government will do all within the ambits of the law to maintain peace and order. Those who are engaged in this incessant protest must stop forthwith. I took an oath to maintain peace and protect the lives and property of the citizens. I will not fail to deal with any group causing breach of the peace in the state." He reassured his Imo citizens that his administration was for peace and service, ready to provide equal opportunities for the overall development of the state and her citizens, regardless of cadre and status, as the government would not condone any act of marginalization or unruly attitude. He also assured the persons living with disabilities that they will not be marginalized against. All I would just say is, may God help Imo State. Yes, Imo State have had a problem of leadership. Ever since Mbakwe left, Imos are finding it hard to have a good leader. The state has been in a state of disrepair. And somehow Ihedioha arrived and he showed signs of good leadership. But the people got angry when months after his coming to power, he was removed by Supreme Court in a judgment that is still being contested. And that is why you see the protest. The people are not happy. They have seen what they want, a promising leadership, and somehow the Supreme Court came in, and you know what is painful about it? The person they installed as the governor was the person that got the 4th position in the election. So how can someone come from a 4th position and become governor? And if you presented as evidence for installing Hope Uzodinma, it's just a mess of the judiciary. And a lot of people have been calling on the government to reverse the Supreme Court decision. The Supreme Court in particular has been cautioned to reverse the decision because this has a future impact on the judiciary. So, back to what the governor is doing. He has tolerated, according to him, enough protest. And before things get out of hand, he's careful. This protest continuing might result to his sack. You know, the moment people keep talking about it, the moment it's refreshed and the intensity will grow, and comes to a time the Supreme Court might have to reverse the decision. You know, even the protest also shows the will of the people is not what was done. You could imagine after election, you go out to vote, and en masse you voted a particular person, and the person assumes the office. Somehow along the line, his stay in office is curtailed. Even with promising signs of good leadership, it pains the people so much. Uzodinma was complaining that they are trying to destabilize the peace of the state. Even the Supreme Court judgment itself has destabilized the peace of the state. Yes, they have failed the masses. You know, it's like a stab on them. You stopped them, disenfranchising them, denying them their contributions. Their votes is like it didn't count. So that is what happened anymore. It is a very sad situation. And probably for the next 4 years, if the decision is not reversed, they will have to contend with Uzodinma. Enugu government denies building Islamic center. There are claims that is circulating via the social media that the government is constructing Islamic center in Owane, Enugu. But in a statement by the Commissioner for Information, he described the allegation as unfortunate, malicious, wicked, and false, stating that there is no truth in the story. He added that the story is only aimed at distracting the government from its widely acclaimed determination to deliver massive infrastructural development and good governance to the people of Enugu State. He said they are running a transparent government. It is open for everyone to see what the government is doing, the projects approved, including the expenditure. He said the people of the state are briefed regularly on projects the state government approved for execution, as well as the financial value of such projects, such as the recent approval for the construction of a modern Christian worship center in the government house in Enugu, the first of its kind since the creation of the old Anambra state. So Enugu government is debunking the claim that it's constructing an Islamic center in Enugu. Well, we will not take sides, but then these governors are funny sometimes. They are very funny people. They are, most of the times, you vote somebody in office, and during the election, the campaign and everything, he has promised to do this, but once he gets there, he starts serving another people. He gets people from the top dictating for him. Meanwhile, he is supposed to serve the masses, the people of the state, but people at the top now dictate for him. I will not be surprised if Enugu is building such Islamic centers in the state. I will not be surprised. It is common with politicians in this our divide to do whatever they like. There is something that is really bothering us. The exclusion of Igbo states from railway projects. But another thing is, do the Igbos really care? The Nigerian railway sector is undergoing modernization. But this infrastructural development is not extended to southeastern states. It's a very painful thing. Our brothers doing business on Asia main market go through everything they do. They move their businesses and goods from Lagos to Onitsha, but through road. I know what my brothers in Enugu, Aba, Umuahia, and they will go through to transport goods to their shops. You know the risk involved traveling from Lagos to northern states in Nigeria. Now, the rail network has come and the southeast is still excluded. This would have helped boost development and movement of goods in the southeast, but then we are excluded in the Amaechi railway project. So I pause again, and I wish this network of railway lines be extended to Onitsha, Enugu, Umuahia, and Aba. Why is that not happening? Even those we have in the APC from Igbo extraction are not talking about this. Even the PDP too, they are not talking about this. When the PDP people were there, what did they do? So it's still the same people running, same show. But why the constant exclusion of Southeast? Now you tell people not to agitate, but you are the reason behind the agitation. So why are these people doing this? They said Igbos are agitating, that they are not the only people marginalized. But how come Southeast is the only place that is excluded from this railway project? How do you want Southeasterners to feel? Even those who are hanging around the president, I don't know whether they talk to him or they are just afraid or they are just about their personal bellies, having selfish interest. If I'm opportune to be around him, I tell him this is this should be this, or else we leave, or else I will resign my position. All the Igbos, including Ngige, what are they doing around Buhari? that they can't even speak up. Even Amechi, the transport minister, speaks Igbo. He only remembers he is Igbo during election. So I wonder why anyone should be asking why the Igbos keep agitating. It is so clear. The agitation is because they are marginalized. And it has come to even a point where they don't even care anymore. Yes, Igbos still run things. They have modeled their life understanding the situation, how they are being treated in the country. So even if you fix the red lines, they might still agitate. Something gets to a point of no return. Sometimes things get out of hand. They have been in this situation for a long time. So next time when somebody comes to you and to rant, to tell you Igbos are marginalized just like every other people in the country, that there's no difference, you remind him, why are they excluded in the current red line projects? Ask the person. If the person say you have no reason to agitate, ask him, why are we excluded in the red line projects? We'll be rounding up rather on a sad note today. For the importers of motorcycle spare parts in Nigeria, it is not going to be a good news, as Chief P.O. Ogbuawa has been confirmed dead. He gave up the ghost some few days ago at Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital, Nnewi. According to reports, the billionaire has been battling with his health. Prior to his death, he was the owner and pastor of a church in Nnewi, and he was the CEO of Ogbuawa and Sons Nigeria Limited. He is a household name, not just in the Igbo land, but in Nigeria and Africa, as the children still bear Ogbuawa as nickname, which is synonymous with wealth, philanthropy, and swagger, and brought about swag among traders in the land. And there was a time Ogbuawa used to say, if you don't have up to 500,000 naira in your hand while trading on motorcycle parts in the Nnewi, then you should close your shops. It's a popular saying by Ogbuawa. His name and impact shall never be forgotten in Nnewi, as the news of his passing has caused Nnewi a huge shock. As far as motorcycle spare parts is concerned, Ogbuawa has made a name in Nnewi. Ogbuawa can never be forgotten. Yes. Ogbuawa is not actually from Nnewi, but he's based in Nnewi, and he has made money from same place and impacted on the people there.
Thanks for watching Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Like our Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now.